There's something sacred about mornings, isn't there? The quiet hum before the world fully wakes up. Maybe the soft sound of a kettle on the stove, or the scent of coffee drifting through the kitchen. For many of us in our golden years, mornings are our anchor, our chance to set the tone for the day ahead. But here's something most people don't realize. That first meal we reach for, our breakfast, can either work for us or quietly work against us, especially if we're managing diabetes or pre-diabetes. I've seen it happen too many times. Friends, family members, even myself in the past, we thought we were doing the right thing, pouring a bowl of cereal, toasting a slice of bread, drinking a glass of orange juice, but blood sugar spikes would sneak in, and fatigue, brain fog, or irritability would follow close behind. The truth is, breakfast isn't just about filling our stomachs. It's about fueling our body in a way that keeps blood sugar stable, energy steady, and inflammation low. And while some habits are hard to break, others are surprisingly easy to reshape with just a little guidance. So today, let's talk like old friends. No judgment, no lectures. Just a heart-to-heart about what's really going on with our breakfasts and how a few small swaps can bring back the vitality, balance, and control we all deserve. We'll walk through 4 common breakfast foods that might be doing us more harm than good, and then I'll share 4 delicious alternatives that support better blood sugar and a healthier start to every day. Let's pull up a chair, pour a warm drink, and take a closer look at how one simple meal can truly shape the rest of your day and maybe even the rest of your life. It often starts with something as simple as a slice of toast. For years, maybe decades, you've toasted the same white bread each morning. It browns just right, smells familiar, and holds whatever topping you're in the mood for. Maybe a pat of butter, or if you're feeling sweet, a smear of jam. But what we rarely think about is what happens after that slice of bread disappears into our body. White bread, despite how harmless it looks, is made from refined flour that's been stripped of its fiber, vitamins, and minerals. That lack of fiber is where the trouble begins. Without it, your body digests the starch rapidly, turning it into glucose that floods your bloodstream. For someone trying to keep their blood sugar stable, this quick spike can be more damaging than it seems. You might feel a jolt of energy right after eating, only to crash an hour later with fatigue, hunger, and irritability. Worse still, when this happens day after day, your body's ability to manage sugar and maintain insulin sensitivity starts to erode. And if your toast isn't plain but topped with fruit preserves or honey, that sugar load doubles. It's not that toast is evil. It's just that white toast, especially with sweet toppings, acts like a sugar bomb disguised in comfort food. That's a dangerous way to begin your day. The problem continues with something that sounds far healthier: yogurt. Not just any yogurt, though. We're talking about those fruit-on-the-bottom flavored varieties that line the dairy aisle in cheerful little tubs. They promise probiotics, strong bones, happy digestion, and good health. And yes, those benefits can be real. But many of these products are actually closer to dessert than a healthy breakfast. That strawberry swirl or peach parfait usually contains added sugars, fruit syrups, or even artificial flavors. The sugar content often reaches 18 or even 25 grams per serving, which is about the same as a chocolate bar. You might not notice because it's cold, creamy, and goes down easy. But what it does inside your body is far from helpful. The quick hit of sugar sends your glucose soaring and then crashing, setting off hunger pangs that hit long before lunchtime. And unlike plain yogurt, these sweetened versions often lack the protein and fat needed to keep you satisfied. I remember a friend of mine, Joan, who switched to light fruit yogurts thinking she was making a smart, diabetic-friendly choice. But her post-breakfast blood sugar readings told a different story. High spikes left her puzzled and frustrated. The problem wasn't yogurt itself. It was the way sugar had crept into something we all assumed was safe. And speaking of trust, let's take a closer look at fruit juice. It's probably been on your table since childhood. Orange juice in the morning, maybe a splash of apple or grape if you were feeling fancy. We were taught that juice was part of a balanced breakfast, full of vitamin C and natural energy. But what we weren't told is that juice is really just fruit without the fiber. When you eat an orange, you chew. Your body slowly processes the pulp, and the sugar enters your system in a steady, controlled way. But when you drink a glass of orange juice, you're taking in the sugar of 4 or 5 oranges all at once, with none of the fiber to slow things down. That sets you up for a blood sugar roller coaster. Your body gets flooded with glucose. Your pancreas scrambles to produce insulin, and before you know it, you're feeling sluggish and craving carbs again. I've had people say, "But it's 100% juice, so isn't that good?" And yes, it may be better than soda in terms of ingredients, but not much better in terms of how it affects your blood sugar. Juice is liquid sugar. Even if it comes in a bottle with a picture of fruit and a heart-healthy logo. If you're managing diabetes or trying to prevent it, skipping the juice is one of the easiest and smartest changes you can make. Water with lemon or a small piece of whole fruit is a much better way to start the day. Of course, we can't forget the comfort food that is starred in more Sunday breakfasts than anything else. Pancakes with syrup. Fluffy, warm, and always served with a smile. They feel like love on a plate. But for your body, especially your blood sugar, they act more like a betrayal than a treat. Pancakes made with white flour are another high glycemic food. They break down quickly into glucose once digested. That means your body has to work extra hard to handle the sudden surge of sugar, especially if you add butter and syrup, which only pile on more fat and sugar. It's not uncommon for a plate of pancakes to have the carbohydrate equivalent of several slices of cake. You may feel full at first, but that feeling fades quickly and is often replaced by hunger, fogginess, and even lightheadedness. I once had a gentleman tell me, "But I only have pancakes on weekends." Surely that can't hurt. And while an occasional indulgence won't ruin everything, for many people, that one breakfast throws off their entire day. It can lead to blood sugar swings, poor energy, and cravings that spiral out of control. The issue isn't just the pancakes. It's that they push out better choices. When you start your morning with sugar and starch, you miss the chance to give your body the nutrients it really needs. And over time, that habit slowly weakens your body's ability to keep itself balanced. So where does this leave us? Are we meant to give up all the breakfasts we've known and loved? Not at all. But it does mean we need to rethink what breakfast can be. There are new favorites waiting to be discovered, ones that satisfy your taste buds while keeping your blood sugar steady and your energy strong. Because every bite you take in the morning shapes how you feel for the rest of the day. Once you understand how these foods really affect your body, you get to make choices not out of fear or guilt, but out of care. And the best part? There are plenty of delicious, nourishing breakfasts that help you stay strong, alert, and in control. We'll take a look at 4 of the best ones next. Now that we've looked at the foods that might quietly sabotage your morning, let's turn our attention to the good stuff. The foods that don't just keep your blood sugar steady, but actually help you feel stronger, clearer, and more in control throughout the day. The beautiful thing is, these options aren't fancy or expensive. They're simple, familiar, and when prepared right, genuinely satisfying. Let's start with something hearty and warm that many of us already have sitting in the pantry. Oatmeal is a quiet powerhouse, but not the instant packets loaded with sugar and flavorings. I'm talking about plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats, cooked gently with water or milk until creamy. What makes oatmeal so special is its soluble fiber, particularly something called beta-glucan. This fiber slows down digestion and helps prevent sharp spikes in blood sugar after you eat. It creates a sort of gel in the digestive tract, which means your body absorbs glucose more slowly and steadily. When you add a spoonful of ground flaxseed or chia seeds, you're giving your body a bonus of healthy fats and even more fiber. A handful of berries adds natural sweetness without overwhelming your system. I know one gentleman who started making oatmeal each morning instead of reaching for toast and jam. Within a week, he said he felt more even all morning. No hunger crashes, no headaches, just clean energy. The trick is to dress your oats with intention. Skip the brown sugar and maple syrup and let nature do the sweetening. Your body will thank you, and your taste buds will catch up sooner than you think. If you prefer something more savory, then eggs with vegetables might become your new favorite. Eggs are incredibly blood sugar friendly thanks to their high protein and healthy fat content. They help you feel full, prevent cravings, and support muscle maintenance, which becomes even more important as we age. Whether you like them boiled, scrambled, or gently fried in a little olive oil, eggs are quick and versatile. But what really takes them to the next level is pairing them with non-starchy vegetables, like spinach, bell peppers, onions, or zucchini. These veggies are packed with antioxidants and fiber, which not only support digestion, but also help improve insulin sensitivity over time. I've heard from folks who resisted vegetables at breakfast for years, but once they tried a simple veggie omelet or a side of sautéed greens, they were hooked. There's something deeply satisfying about starting your day with real food. Food that looks like it came from the earth, not a package. And the combination of colors, textures, and flavors brings a sense of richness that sugary breakfasts just can't match. Of course, not everyone wakes up hungry for a hot meal. For those who like something cool, smooth, and easy to prepare, plain Greek yogurt is an excellent choice. Unlike many flavored yogurts, the plain kind contains no added sugars, which gives you full control over what you're eating. It's rich in protein, which slows digestion and helps stabilize blood sugar. It's also full of probiotics, those helpful bacteria that support gut health. And as more research shows, a healthy gut plays a key role in managing inflammation and glucose regulation. What makes Greek yogurt so flexible is how you can build it into a balanced breakfast. A few fresh blueberries, a sprinkle of chopped almonds or walnuts, and a dash of cinnamon create a combination that's sweet, crunchy, and deeply nourishing. I know a woman in her 70s who told me she used to skip breakfast altogether, thinking it helped her control her weight. But once she started having a small bowl of Greek yogurt with seeds and fruit, she not only had more energy but found her blood sugar stayed more stable throughout the morning. Sometimes, it's not about eating less. It's about eating smarter. Finally, let's talk about one of the trendiest yet most effective breakfasts for blood sugar control. Avocado on whole grain toast. Avocados are packed with monounsaturated fats that help slow the release of sugar into your bloodstream. They're also rich in potassium, magnesium, and fiber, all of which support heart health and metabolic balance. When you spread a ripe avocado on a slice of rye bread, sprouted grain toast, or a thin slice of sourdough, you're combining healthy fat with complex carbohydrates and fiber. That trio works beautifully to keep you satisfied and steady. Some people add a poached egg on top, or sliced tomatoes with a sprinkle of pepper and lemon. Others mash the avocado with garlic and herbs for a savory spread. However you prepare it, this meal feels fresh and modern, but is grounded in solid nutrition. I once had someone tell me, "I thought avocado toast was just for young people, but now it's part of their routine because it makes them feel good, plain and simple." When food tastes good and helps you feel better, it becomes a habit you actually look forward to. These breakfasts aren't magic, but they do something powerful. They shift the rhythm of your day. Instead of starting with a sugar rush and crash, You begin with balance. You give your body steady fuel, and in return, it gives you calm energy, clearer thinking, and fewer cravings. That's not a small thing. Especially when managing diabetes or trying to prevent it, mornings matter more than we realize. And the beautiful part is, these changes don't require perfection. Just consistency, curiosity, and a bit of willingness to try something new. As we wrap up our morning together, I want to leave you with a simple thought. The foods we eat each day are more than just calories or numbers on a label. They are messages to our body. They either say, "I've got you," or they say, "You're on your own." When you're living with diabetes, pre-diabetes, or just trying to age with strength and clarity, those messages become even more important. Breakfast might seem like a small moment, but it carries more weight than we often realize. Starting your day with intention, with a meal that supports your energy and protects your blood sugar, sends a powerful signal to your body and mind. It says you care. It says you're paying attention. And that kind of care doesn't just change how you feel for a few hours. Over time, it changes your health, your mood, and your confidence in ways that truly matter. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present. Every time you reach for something nourishing, you're building a stronger foundation. Maybe you swap your juice for water with lemon. Maybe you try eggs and vegetables tomorrow instead of your usual pastry. These aren't big moves, but they're meaningful ones. So here's to better mornings, to meals that fill you with strength and not regret, to steady blood sugar, calm energy, and the quiet pride that comes from taking good care of yourself. You've got this, and you deserve every bit of the good that comes with it.